Hello everybody and welcome to another Maya tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you the curve tool and how to revolve a curve to get cylindrical objects such as cups, bowls, anything that's round, you can do it. Alright, so first off, to do the curve tool you have to be in orthographic modes. It'll get really messed up if you try to draw it in perspective because it doesn't know which plane to draw it on, so it can sometimes get really confused. So, good rule of thumb is to always draw in orthographic. And I'm just going to draw in the side view. Okay, so on your curve shelf, there's this little EP curve tool, and this is the tool you use to draw your curves. It's the main tool. Some of these other tools are useful, but I'm just going to show you this one today. So you select it, and it comes up in the tool settings, which I would suggest opening. They can be accessed here, or I believe if you double click on it, I have mine open already. There's several different kinds of curves with varying degrees of usefulness. Linear, for example, gives you a linear curve. No curve calculations done whatsoever, just straight lines. Anywhere there's a point, there's a corner. It's the least useful in my opinion. 2 is not very useful either because it gives you curves, but they're not very smooth because it's only using 2 points to calculate it. Most people probably use cubic, even though it's still too rough for me. The one I like is the Bezier curve tool because I'm the most familiar with Illustrator, so the Bezier handles are familiar to me, so that's what I'm comfortable using, and today I'll be using that. You can use any one you want, but this is the one I suggest if you're familiar with Illustrator already. Okay, so when you revolve it, it revolves it around the center axis, so we want to draw it based on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a simple cup, like a goblet. It has the flat bottom and then it has a skinny stem and then it goes out into the main bowl of the cup. So I'm going to start by clicking, and then I'll click again, out here, and then I'll click up here, and then up here, and then over. And feel free to go whatever speed you want. This just takes practice, and it's if you're like, well, I'm a pro with the pen tool in Illustrator, that doesn't mean that you'll get the hang of this one right away. It's a little different. As you can see, when you click, it doesn't give you control of the handles, it gives you control of the point. So it's just a little different. And also keep in mind you don't have individual control of the handles, so to get a sharp corner, you need to put 2 points right next to each other, more or less. That's the best way to do it. There, then do this one down a little lower, and do one over here, like so. Okay, so as you can see, we have an error down here. Hit W to get out of that tool. I'm going to go to Control Vertex. And as you can see, it gives us these Bezier handles that we can control the way it curves. Like I said, one of the main reasons it differs is because if you manipulate a point, it's locking with the other handle. So disadvantage, it gives you less control, but an advantage is it keeps all your curves smoother. So there might be a way to turn it off, but I'm not aware of it. So I'm going to shorten this one up. Move over a little bit. Pull this one up a little bit. Pull this down. Pull this up. It's just a lot of tweaking just to get it where you want it. Over a little bit. I'm just using the move tool. You select the anchors and then manipulate it with the move tool. Pull this out just a tad. This is too far out. In. This needs to come out to our center pivot point, or close enough. It's really hard to get it exact, but it's usually close enough that it doesn't matter. Okay, so it's not a perfect cup. It's kind of big, the base especially. So I'll slide that in a little bit. And I don't have a goblet in front of me, so I'm just winging it here. I'm going to go to object mode, and then we have our nice curve. So if we go to a perspective view, you can see that we have a profile, more or less, of our goblet. And that's too thin right there. So I'll move that up and out just a tad. And the really cool thing about curve is once you revolve it or extrude on it or whatever you're doing, you can still manipulate the polygonal object by manipulating the curve points, and it will actually live modify it. That's probably one of the most useful parts of doing polygonal meshes on curves. Okay, so to revolve it, we're going to make sure you're in surfaces, and we're going to go surfaces, revolve. And there's a whole bunch of settings in here. Make sure that your in-sweep angle is 360. Obviously, so it goes all the way around. If you're doing, I guess, half a cup, I don't know, a samurai video, and he cuts a cup in half with this sword. I guess you could do 180. Anyway, and then you want to make sure you're on polygons. I believe it's on NURBS by default. If you want to be on polygons, make sure it's quads. And you can use any of these three, count, general, or standard fit. However, count is the easiest to adjust the settings. So I'm going to do something like, I don't know, 7,000. It's not very polygonally efficient, but it works. So we'll revolve it. Voila, here's a cup. So as you can see, it's pretty good, except our stem is a little skinny. But the beauty of having a curve tool is you can grab it, and then we can go to town, manipulating it how we see fit. Down a bit, so it's a little thicker. I just made the holy grail. And the nice thing is the curves don't render, so you can leave them there. If they're annoying you, though, you can hide them, which isn't that hard. You can just select the curve either in the outliner, or if you can actually grab it in your modeling window, and you come over here to your channel box, and you can just turn the visibility off. I don't recommend deleting them because more likely than not you'll have to go back and you'll have to re-revolve or re-extrude your shape. And if your curve's gone, then you're screwed. So word to the wise, don't delete your curves. Just hide them. Group them together in a group or whatever. But yeah, here's our goblet. As you can see, there's quite a few polygons, but if you want a real good smooth round shape, this is about how dense you'll have to be. And you can go in and you can manually add edge loops, like I showed earlier, like around here if you want this to be more rounded, or you could even bevel the top edge to get it more rounded. You can also do it out here to this one. So, but that's how you revolve, how you draw curves and how you revolve on them. So I hope this helped, and I'll see you guys in my next video.